Patreon member shout out. Did you think that I would cry on the phone? Do you know what it feels like being alone? I'll find someone new. Swing, swing, swing. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve and OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello, Dashy. Hello, Dashy. There is a ton to go over today. This video is coming out a little bit early because there's a ton to go over today. So I'm going to start with news from yesterday after that last video. So I had made a bet. I'm talking to a lot of people and I was just feeling, I had a lot of sugar. So I was on that sugar high, watermelon sugar high, but it's cookie sugar high. And I was like, I'll bet anyone that, you know, the Veveverse is coming out this year and that, you know, Omi's going to do whatever. Most people did not take me up on the bet. Dan Lee, you know, Asian Dan on Twitter, he's the one that was the first one to take me up. He's like, you know what, Mr. Chavez, I'll bet you a steak dinner. You know, and it's like, okay, cool. So the parameters of the bet was that I believe that the Veveverse will come out in 2022, and he said it won't. And it's just a friendly bet, you know, steak dinner. But he's the only one to really put money where his mouth is, except for the Todd Father. The Todd Father was the other one, raised the stakes a little bit. And I was like, you know, I'll bet you 5 million OMI. And then he's like, well, I don't have OMI because he put all of his money into the collectibles, which is, as of right now, is a very smart move. And he's like, I'll bet you a Superman, though. I was like, okay, all right. So we had bet a Superman that if I am right and the Veveverse comes out this year, he pays me that Superman. And if it does not come out this year, then I pay him. Now, the bet ends on like midnight for the new year. Now, at that point, Superman could be like $20,000, so it could be a nice big bet. There was also these guys called the Veve brothers that says, hey, let's do it, let's get this bread. But when I said, like, hey, you know, let's come out, let's paper a deal, and like, you know, God forbid, you know, either them or me have solvency issues. The bet was supposed to be $50,000, but I said, you know, we should put $50,000 in an escrow account so that when the bet comes due, in case, you know, our finances at that time, when the Veveverse comes out or doesn't come out, you know, that money would still be in there. And they have not gotten back to me yet, so I'm just letting y'all know that that's what has been going on. Also, when I said, like, we should define what it is, but yes, I'll take that bet, and Veve had tweeted at me, and they had said something, and then Asian says, wow, low expectations from Veve official, LOL. So apparently they had said something along the lines of not going to happen this year, but I think they're just being facetious. That is just my opinion. Some other stuff. Oh yeah, I mentioned the Todd Father. Other thing was Jeff Passan, I don't know who he is, but he's verified on Twitter, said boneless wings don't exist. They were called chicken nuggets until some capitalist pigs tried to be clever. Which in itself doesn't really mean anything until Reverend Alex G goes and retweets it. And then he says the smiley face and the pepper, like the chili pepper. What does that mean? We've been talking about this for like a week now, probably several weeks now. And what it means that chicken nuggets, boneless wings, I feel like that might mean with wings, Chili's, like we might have a thing that gives evidence or a little bit support to the argument that we might have Chili's, the restaurant, as an NFT partner. Again, I digress. So Veve has been going hard on these bots. Somebody tried to say that, oh, Veve, no, we promise we're not using bots. And so as previously discussed in your alternate tickets, your account was found in violation of TOS. And this is just a random message they sent to a bot. As part of our ongoing commitment to reducing fraud, our security partners have blocked or restricted Veve users. Yada, yada, yada. Says further investigation determined that you were using automated tools to access our services. And as a result, your account has been permanently banned in line with the terms and conditions of use. Furthermore, you agreed to not submit multiple tickets on the same issue when submitting your initial ticket, and you have done so. Furthermore, it's inappropriate to reach out to staff and message through their private social channels. The account is final. The status of the account is final, so I'm glad that they're cracking down on bots. That's what we need. Super fantastic. Now, speaking of Alex G, this guy, Petro Photography, says, can we get a screenshot or something, just a scrap of proof that MTL is on its way? Obviously, despite us working on it for about a year, this guy is not convinced that we have it. So Alex G says, fluid timelines aside, I appreciate you using better judgment here and take us at our word. Here's the beta KYC confirmation screen. So that is what it looks like. Y'all can tell. And it just has approval status, and then it says pending, and then it has a continue button. And Petro G says, finally, a sliver of proof. Was that so hard? And Reverend Alex G says, yes, it was. As you can see, the front end is still in development. This is what private beta is for, to make sure it works. Feels like people are not understanding this. Somebody else mentions would be nice to at least know who the chosen ones are so they can let us all know how great it is to cash out. Alex G again responds, it's a private beta. They're basically putting out a call to invade people's privacy. What if they don't want people to know they've cashed out or how much they've cashed out? So congrats to Alex G for taking it to him. There has been some other FUD on other videos. I forget who made a video saying don't buy Veve NFT comics. It was mostly a bunch of nonsense. And this one guy comments, thank you. Sincerely, I mean this more than any comment on this video I've ever left before. I literally just have not been able to wrap my head around NFTs. Makes no sense whatsoever. So what was the word, psychopath that was used in Batman v Superman? And then what's his name? Lex Luthor says psychopath. A 3-syllable word meaning ideas too big for little minds. And I get it. I get it. I don't want to agree with Lex Luthor here, but he's not dumb. That doesn't mean he's wrong. Like, just because you can't wrap your mind around something, just because you can't understand it, doesn't mean the idea is wrong. It doesn't mean that you're right because, I'm confused. That means So anyway, moving on. He says, thank you for this video. Nothing tangible in the end. It's a fake market flavor of the month. So our very own Dan Schawbel, New York Times best seller, says 2 million active users with confirmed sales with 130 plus licenses, including Marvel, doesn't strike me as fake. Please do more research before getting all excited about this video. Oh, boom, boom. That was great. That was heckin' great. That was amazing. Also, because this is my new daily video here that I do, somebody had, I won't say who it was, but somebody had said like, hey, you stole my idea. And obviously as you do new things with Crest, people always say that. But just so y'all know, I have been doing daily videos. Like, for one, people have been asking me to do this for years, because they don't have time to watch my 3-hour clips and my 3-hour, 4-hour stream yesterday. So here's just proof that as of, it happened before here, but April of 2020, April 18th of 2020, 20 April 2020, 21, I've been doing these daily videos for Pokemon, for Tesla, for Earth 2. I've been doing these for about 2 years now, so I did not steal nobody's idea. Another thing, EDC Mexico. EDC Mexico is one of the biggest music festivals in Mexico. They have about 100,000 followers on Twitter, give or take. And this guy, Golden Bunny, is playing there, and he wants to show everyone that's going there the Veve NFTs. So yes, Veve do be going to Mexico though. Very excited about that. Hopefully Wendy Stibalis can go and meet up with them there because she's in Mexico. Also, later on today, we do have a Discord chat with Reese and Alex. That will be at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do believe that we will get more news today from that Discord chat. They're just going over casual discussions from Veve to talk latest updates, concerns, unwarranted chili hysteria, and more. So like I said, I'm very pumped on that, very excited. Other news, I forget who made the video. Somebody made the video saying, hey guys, we've got more, we've got Lord of the Rings, we've got all this. And I will get into Lord of the Rings real quick. But there's a Medium article that came out years ago. So take this with a bunch of grains of salt, in July of 2018. So from a Comey on Medium called Tokenization, the Future of Ownership. And basically what they use in this article, they say that, all right, where are we at here? Movies, they have Lord of the Rings, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Star Trek, Game of Thrones, Stranger Things, Firefly. Now, out of those things, we have all of them have been announced except for Game of Thrones, Stranger Things, Firefly, and Lord of the Rings. Now, Lord of the Rings, I'm sure that we do have, and I'll tell you why. Amazon has the rights to make TV shows about it, and that's how they're doing it. But MGM has it. Like, MGM has the currently the rights to them. The rights to the movies are actually going up for sale in the next couple of years, so Amazon might get them. But for right now, MGM's got Amazon owns MGM, but still, we don't need Amazon's approval to get, just like we don't need Nintendo's approval to get Pokemon. Pokemon's kind of their own entity. MGM, same thing. We are partnered with MGM. That I went over this after the Super Bowl on Sunday, where I just talked about Lord of the Rings. It's going to be an epic. Like I said, they've already spent $500 million. They spent $500 million just getting the rights and just getting the people to, for casting and everything. The people that made the music in The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings are coming back. A lot of the people are coming back, even a lot of the same characters. Like you'll see Lord Elrond, you'll see Lady Galadriel. The actors aren't the ones that are acting as them, because again, this is a few thousand years ago. Gandalf probably won't be in it because wizards haven't, really gone into Middle Earth at that time. But there's a lot of really crazy, amazing things, and I will do video updates on that in the future, because again, I'm sure we have them. Other things that this Medium article says, gaming, like Game Workshop, Blizzard, Riot Games. Well, we do have Capcom, Namco, Sega, Atari, and PlayStation. So again, we do have Capcom, but all these either we don't have or haven't been announced. Animation and comics, DBZ, Pokemon, Simpsons, South Park, Family Guy, Cartoon Network. We do have Cartoon Network, but none of those other ones have been announced. I do have some speculation on DBZ. Obviously, Pokemon I'm sure we have, but I'll get to that in the future. And obviously, Simpsons we have because of Disney. Iconic characters is Tokidoki, Hello Kitty, Monopoly, and Harry Potter. Monopoly was teased at DesignerCon. Digital arts and music such as Tokidoki, Andy Warhol, Banksy, album covers. Again, I'm sure we have Tokidoki. We have Tokidoki. We already have a bunch of their stuff. Banksy, they have teased before. David has teased like a book about Banksy in one of his streams. But anyway, these are the things from that article. Now, a lot of these we do have. Dragon Ball Z is something I did want to go over because Clout News came out a few days ago saying that Dragon Ball, Naruto, and Tekken video game publisher invest $130 million to curate a metaverse. Now, that being said, that doesn't mean we can't get the NFTs. That doesn't mean, just because other companies are using their property for their metaverse, doesn't mean that we can't have NFTs and we can't use those NFTs for our metaverse. Completely different. And again, all of these, I think a lot of these companies would do very, very well if they kind of built them on the same engine. What engine are they going on? I have zero idea. But that is something that I just wanted to address. Just because someone is doing something else with Dragon Ball Z doesn't mean that we don't have it as well. Speaking of other companies, Sandbox. Sandbox has, about 100-something employees, been working on it for about 10 years, and it looks okay. Okay, so yeah, they have 139 employees. They were founded in 2009, and their revenue is not that, right, or at the time of the making of this article was not that big. I don't know how long ago this article was made. And again, a lot of people are saying that. Look at Sandbox. They have around the same amount of employees as Veve. It took them 10 years to make a metaverse. What chance does Veve have? Okay, I guarantee you that the 100 or so people working at Veve, most of them are probably not working on the metaverse. They have other things. They have stuff to do. And I believe that they have given out their, and again, I've said this before, but just say to another company, hey, you're like, whether, it could be, Tencent would be great, because I love Tencent because they have a large stake in Tesla. Tesla's in all of their video games. I think that'd be great if they were to do it. I mean, it could be anyone. It could have been Bungie, which is just bought up by Sony. It could have been Blizzard, Activision. It could have been it could have been anyone that was able to give them. I mean, it could be Apple. A lot of people were saying Apple. Do you think Microsoft's a competitor because we have help with Apple? Apple will help us in any way that they can, and I'll tell you why. A lot of people have made the accusation that Apple had. They said, "Oh, Apple won't let you transfer your NFTs off of the Apple ecosystem," which is a complete lie. If Apple does that, if they say, "Oh yeah, by the way, guys, Cartoon Network, Marvel, DC, Disney, you cannot take your NFTs off of our platform," the amount of heck that would rain down upon them from the fleet of Disney lawyers that they pay $1,000 an hour to would be so insurmountable. It would be impossible to overcome. I'm going to quote Uncle Phil here. They would be wrapped up in so much litigation that their grandchildren would need lawyers. So, Apple's going to be helping them a long way. Why? Because if you think about it, I assume the hundreds of people working at Apple that have worked on this deal say, oh, actually, if we help them create their metaverse, then what happens? More people spend more money on the app, And guess what happens? Apple makes more money. Why? Because Apple gets a certain percentage of every single dollar that's deposited into the app. So what better way for Apple to make more money than to help them with their metaverse so that people spend more money on the app? This isn't that hard to figure out. Okay, moving on here to the next piece of news. Like I said, is Apple helping with the metaverse? I don't know who's helping with it, but I guarantee you that a company that is not Veve is working on the metaverse, and that is why it will be done a lot quicker than which Sandbox got it done. In other news for crypto in general, or this has to do with Disney, the bridge builder, Digiday.com reports that the bridge builder, why Disney tapped a former theme park executive to lead its metaverse strategy. Basically, what they did was that this guy named Mr. White appointment represents Disney's most notable step yet into the metaverse, but it's not the entertainment giant's first foray into virtual space. Last November, Disney CEO Bob Chapek informed investors that work on the Disney metaverse was already underway. Will they share a metaverse with us? Will it be interoperable? Probably, because again, the more cooperation that is had, the more money. Like, if we make each other rich, the trust will come. But yeah, the fact that they're doing that they appointed somebody else to go and a actual theme park advisor to execute their metaverse strategy is very, very good, because they're thinking big. They're not thinking small. They're thinking very, very big. Giant theme park like. Shout out to my Australian peeps. They can now trade crypto through Self Wealth. They become the first brokerage to offer Australians cryptocurrency services. Most likely they're just doing the big five right now. But in the future, I'm pretty sure OMI will be on there as well. Moving on, we also have Sequoia. Sequoia earmarks $500 million for push into cryptocurrency markets. At some point, a lot of that money will flow into OMI as OMI gets higher on the list in the top 20, top 10, etc. It might take a couple of years, it might be early, but again, the big boys, they know what's coming. They know it's partnered with Disney. The last two things why crypto I am 100% bullish on is because two states close to allow tax payments in crypto, and it was not Philadelphia and Colorado, like I said the other day, although those two will accept crypto as well. But Arizona and Wyoming are also racing to become the first U.S. states to allow tax payments in crypto. Obviously, you have Colorado and then Philadelphia as well. These might even make it so that it is legal tender in those states. This is very, very bullish for crypto at large, which, again, as money flows in there, what happened in Pokemon cards when people buy base set? Not people get tired of base set. Like, all right, I collected what I want. Let me go and try to collect other things. Money will flow up to the trophy cards. Same thing with this. As money flows into Bitcoin, eventually people will be like, oh, what other good investments are out there? What is attached to Disney? Now, I digress. Everyone, that is the news for today. Veve OMI daily news updates. Everyone follow at HeyDavidOn, at KingMavs Forever on the Twitter, Standoff Chart and KingMavs on the Veve app, ChavyCat5 as well. Kobe Collects, OMI Player 1 on the YouTube, Raythax.eth, great place. Powers of X #1 over here, Kobe Collects down here, Kyle Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Puddin' Cheeks, Veve Las Vegas, Taps Trades, Mars Davis, Legacy Bermuda, Sodi Pop Media, Charles Merkel, Veve Darkling, Cavell Anderson, and Veve Vibes, all on the YouTube. Got at What Wizard Veve and Gary O at 1234CA3 on the Twitter. You got DerekBrad.com/page/Veve-photography and WoundedWarriorProject.org. So yeah, everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow.